Good day. My topic is all about economic development of livestock poultry in Nara. Livestock and poultry make up two of the most important subsector in the Philippines agricultural industry. Of all the animals reared of humans consumption, hogs and chicken were the most consumed, contributing to the production volume of livestock and poultry in the country. Nevertheless, prolonged lockdown restriction in response to the coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic in 2020, the gross value added of the livestock sector contracted by 6.9%, the highest among the subsector in the agricultural industry. Livestock play a significant role in rural livelihood and the economies of all developing countries. They are providers of income, employment of producers and other working in sometimes complex value chain. Increased production and higher self-sufficiency would save foreign exchange. In many areas in Nara, Palawan, livestock contribute to rural livelihoods, employment, and poverty relief. They integrate with the complement crop production, embody saving, and provide a reserve against risk. Some livestock have special role in traditional culture.
Palay production refers to the quantity of palay produced and actually harvested during the reference period. It includes those harvested but damaged, stolen, given away, consumed, given as harvesters, and treasured shares reserved. Palay production from seed growers, which are intended for seed purposes, is excluded from the survey. Palay production is a major quarterly agricultural survey conducted by the Philippine Statistics Authority. Its main objective is to generate estimates and forecasts of palay production, area and yield, and other production-related data that serve as inputs to the performance of agriculture work, and accordingly to the preparation of the gross domestic product. The survey also supports the data needs of planners, policy and decision makers on palay rights, and stakeholders in the agricultural sector and the general public. Nara has a unique geological configuration that is suited for diverse economic activities. Its mountain ranges have rivers and streams that provide immediate irrigation to the plains where agricultural products are grown. Its mangroves and seas serve as home to abundant marine resources, while its ground is rich with mineral deposits waiting to unfold. Its mountains, rivers, and forest islands and beaches have piqued investors' interest in the green tourism industry, which made Nara more popular. However, palay also has its application in medicine. The decoction of its roots and rhizomes is used for anorexia, which occurs when the kidneys aren't producing urine. Constant research and innovation made the way to the application of palay in the building and construction industry. Rice straw is used in making different kinds of boards and papers, which are valuable as an insulator and in packaging and building. The grain fruit is the most valuable part of palay. It is the staple food of more than 60% of the world's population. The data items include palay production, area harvested and yield, fertilizer usage, pesticide usage, and seed usage by ecosystem and seed type at the regional and national level. Data on method of crop establishment, disposition of production, irrigation, and farmers' awareness and agreement of the different intervention measures are also included.
Palay is the main product here in Nara. It's the primary source of energy for over half of the world's people. Depending on the strength of rice, it can contain decent amounts of fiber, protein, iron, vitamin D, and manganese. This meat can play a vital role against malnutrition. Palay is the main product here in the municipality of Nara. We know how important it is to us. The rice is intended to be distributed to every individual who lives here in Nara to maintain the health of each person. We know that one of the main life because of the diligences shown by our countrymen. That will be all in our thinking.
Rice program. An average Filipino diet is based on rice. It provides half of all calorie requirements and 1/3 of our Philippine intake. Rice account for 20% of food expenditures for average households, which increased to 30% for households belonging to the bottom third of our society. As a durable crop that can be relied on to bring good harvest year in year out, rice is grown in some 3.2 million hectares of land, providing livelihood to more than 2 million households engaged in rice-based farming, along with millions of farm laborers and tens of thousands of merchants and traders. Rice as a food staple is an economic commodity. It is both of a major expenditure item and a source of income for many households, as a food is our most basic necessity. Demands for rice cuts across all social classes. Rural households also depend in varying degrees on the various stage of rice production for livelihood. Rice also plays important microeconomic and development rules. Movements in the price of rice have substantial bearing on overall inflation rates, fueling concern from policy makers on pricing and fiscal stability, because a large part of a population remains in agriculture. Growth in output and productivity of essential to spur economic development. Globally, food supply is threatened by a growing demand to feed an increasing population in the face of scarcity and land and water resources, since a majority of small Filipino farmers and rural households depend on food farming for their own consumption and income. Government support is critical to encourage domestic production or self-sufficiency, to address poverty, food insecurity, and providing a key ingredients to economic stability in the long term. It is towards this end that the National Rice Program plays an important role in the flagship food program of the administration of President Benigno S. Aquino III. The Agri-Pinoy Rice Program is one of the banner components of the Department of Agriculture, mainly concerned in the rice farming and uplifting the lives of Filipino farmers. Guided by the principle of the Agrikulturang Pilipino, Agri-Pinoy framework, the National Rice Program integrates government initiatives and intervention for the agriculture sector, namely food security and self-sufficiency, sustainable resources management, support services from farm to table, and broad-based local partnerships.
Good day. My topic is all about fishery in Nara, Palawan. Fishing gears are important tools in catching aquatic species that is consumed by local communities. The design methods employed describe the characteristics of species caught by these gears. This study was conducted to document the fishing gears and their common catch in Simbana, Sipocan, Bagong Bayan, Napsan, Puerto Princesa City, and Drasa Island, Nara, Palawan, Philippines. Fishing gears used were photo-documented, and their common catches were identified using one-on-one interviews with fishermen. 16 fishing gears were documented with 6 nets, 4 lines, 4 barriers and traps, and 2 hand instruments. 6 gears were further classified as active gears, while 10 were passive gears. More gears operated in Rasa Island than Simbana. Most of the species caught are fish, pelagic species, and reef-associated information gathered can be used for the characterization of the multi-gear fisheries, which are important in making fisheries policies and management decisions for the mentioned coastal areas. Sea cucumber fishing in Rasa Island Wildlife Sanctuary is an important source of livelihood among the coastal inhabitants of Nara Municipality, Palawan in Philippines. So that's all for today. Thank you for listening this video.